I don't know, man. Riddle the jeweler.
That one is the popular one.
That shit is tight.
The
I need to
more
make
I
one.
see it on this fool's arm, the more I like it.
Riddle the jeweler. Shout out.
I'm waiting for Trump to whoop these Chinese at the tariffs so I can buy some
Supposedly
cheaper
he ain't
shit.
doing no tariffs cuts for them.
Damn.
Well, he said he's gonna do some kind of.
They're finna bow down, bro.
They will. They have to.
Well, supposedly the Chinese are talking. Oh, the Americans asked them to meet, not them, not the way around.
Oh.
Trump was
They're on
like,
this ego trip. Like, I
Trump
have my
said-
honor. I want to go to him.
Trump said from the beginning, "Hey, we are out here trying to make a deal. What's
Yeah.
up? What's up?" Like he's saying, "What's good?" Like I'm not gonna, but he's like, "We're not gonna basically drop the tariffs until you guys pull up to the table. We can talk, and after that, we can go down. We can adjust. We can do whatever." But y'all heard about the trade deal that he did today with the UK?
I heard whisperings.
So
no
he did the
details.
first trade deal. Basically, apparently they had 10% tariffs. He supposedly still kept 10% on most of them.
On Europe?
With the UK.
Oh, UK.
But apparently, like, they did something to where now they are allowed to sell us $100,000 cars. I mean, 100,000 cars per year, stuff like that. Then they can send us chips. They could, and a lot of things they put zero tariffs on things that we actually like want to do, and tariffs on some things that they want to protect. Apparently, there's a lot of stuff that we were never allowed to sell them because the tariffs were so high or whatever. And now we are allowed to sell them stuff, which apparently, like a lot of our beef and agricultural stuff is going to be going out there. They're going to be selling us a lot of steel and. Anyway, they made a deal. Some people were saying that it's not even that much that popping of a deal, but whatever. But some people are saying it's a great deal because we haven't had it. We never had it.
The more people that pull up and make deals with us, it sets the tone. Like, hey, this is what we need to do. And I think even China is going to realize, like, hey, we got to do it, man. Like, this fool's not playing. So it's a good thing.
Did you guys see the freaking videos of the Chinese factories and then the people at the ports and people going crazy in China?
Oh, yeah.
And like going wild. There's pressure in China for sure over the tariffs. I know that they're trying to act like, like we don't want to pull up to the table. We don't want to look like the weak guys or whatever. But when you got a whole country sitting on your back, that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about putting your ego down and figuring it out. Hey, let's make a deal. Whatever. Fine. You guys think that the deal wasn't good enough? Let's figure it out. Let's get a good deal going.
Yeah. I heard that ever since that whole like China is fighting back on tariffs, India is like, hey bro, like we could be your new China, you know, like they hopped up to the plate. I would take it.
They've been on it. They supposedly manufacture 20% of our iPhones already.
But the only thing is like if the products that come from India are stinky, like you know, we're gonna have to spend.
Boy, I don't give a. I'll take a curry ass iPhone if it's the plug. You feel me?
You're talking like, hey, what's going on, babe?
You smell that?
What's that? You trying to get Thai food tonight?
But hey, the truth is that apparently Apple has been moving over their stuff little by little. Apparently, like I think 2023 they did like 10% of their phones there. 2024 I believe was over 20%. And now, apparently, by 2025, next year, they are hoping to have 100% of their phones coming from India, which is...
Damn.
Apple's the biggest company in the world, from what I know.
Biggest tech?
I think I think they're just the first... I think they were like the first $1 trillion company in the world.
That is
true. You really don't want to lose Apple as a company.
Yeah.
But the problem with China and why Apple started moving away from China is because of all the stuff that you remember. I think you're the one who mentioned how there were people jumping off the freaking buildings and shit.
Foxconn.
Like the depression rate of
Look
the
it
workers
up.
and shit.
Foxconn, bro. They're working crazy hours under crazy wages, and they're like live there and everything. These fools were just throwing themselves off of buildings.
Yeah, and it's not even just with Apple. I saw a little interview that they're doing with the workers out there, like the locals, and most of them are suicidal.
Yeah.
Because of like the conditions that they're in and like the places that they live. They live in buildings. There's a building in China that has like almost 3 million people in it. Bro, like how? Like a room like this will probably have like
15,
5 or 6
20
beds or, you know, it's even like a little bunk bed. That's that's where you live, you know?
Yeah.
Like you could be in that building for like a week straight, just walking around everywhere, talking to everybody, and you don't even have to leave.
Yeah.
That's how big it is and how packed and how, you know? And they don't even have
Crazy.
ACs.
It's kind of sad.
They have
'cause
nothing, bro. They're living like in the slums and they're making pennies and they're working nonstop.
Bro, it's crazy.
That's why these fuckers are jumping off the roof,
But
bro.
they can't leave. You know what I mean? Like anything's better than that.
I think they can technically, but
They're
they don't
just
have no
stuck in their
money. Like,
lifestyle.
how are you gonna leave somewhere if you don't have no, resources? Like, it don't matter what
That's
type of
true,
job
yeah.
you work. Like, you can't just quit. Like, even if you hate your job, which there's a lot of people stuck in jobs that they hate, dead end jobs, whatever the fuck it may be. They don't have enough money to weather the storm and make it through getting a new job or moving. If you lose your job, well, you're not going to be able to pay your rent. In this case, they have housing that's assigned to them.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? They have no money to go
But-
anywhere else.
Plus, they got the
that's pretty
social
wild.
credit scores. They get that messed up. You can't even probably leave nowhere. You can't use a bus. I heard
Yeah.
maybe they can't even leave the country because I know, like back in the day, in Romania when we were a communist country, people had to like run away, like escape,
Yeah.
literally. So that's why I'm kind of curious how all the Chinese people are over here, because we have a lot of Chinese out here. And man, you met Chinese people; they're hella nice people, like nice, courteous, freaking good values and everything. So there's nothing against the Chinese people. It's just
Yeah, I like the Chinese.
and there's popping too. Screw it, like we want to buy it, no problem, whatever. But I guess if I don't know how it works. Like if there's a better way that we got to handle this. I guess he's just saying that the fact that they're not really buying our stuff, we just keep buying from them, and we're saying like, hey, well,
Well, I don't
gotta
think he's
buy our
talking about
shit.
the Chinese people. I think he's talking about
Obviously.
the Chinese government. Because
Yeah.
the government is pretty much what runs China and all the deals and all the whatever. It's not like there's
Everything.
like no. Is there a private sector in China?
No. Every single, from what I know, every private business, the CCP has a hand in it.
Right.
That's why they banned the Huawei 5Gs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they banned TikTok. It's a part of the reason, at least.
Yeah, that is the truth.
These fuckers have their hand in everything.
Yeah.
They're like, it's communism.
But here's the thing, bro. Do you freaking Americans? They just love cheap. You feel me? We love cheap Chinese made product. We love cheap food that gets you fat as hell. We love cheap medical and cheap this and cheap that. Everything cheap. So it's like, how is it gonna work? Because like they want to make it all here, but like it's not gonna be as cheap. And all Americans want is cheap, 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 cheap. It's like, how is that gonna work?
India.
Now they're gonna have to get used to it because I think you can make, bro. You can make an iPhone here for maybe not the same price, but I mean you could probably make it pretty close.
If we get some robotics or something instead of, manual labor,
Yeah,
I think so. But
you
even
could probably
then,
even do manual labor. Like let's say an iPhone costs another $150. They're already like $1,500.
Fool,
People
but
are gonna
the-
buy them anyways.
The
I'm
profit
curious.
margins are ridiculous on these phones. So
Yeah.
they could eat a little baby profit margin.
I'm curious, can we do a quick fact check and ask ChatGPT what the average Foxconn worker makes?
You got it.
That would be a
Let me
really,
look on my phone.
that would be interesting because we know in America we have a minimum wage.
Yeah.
In China, I don't believe there's a minimum wage.
Hey, but there's a minimum wage, but like in some of the states that we have, the minimum wage damn near seems like it's a third world country, bro.
It's
like
for
there's still
tipped, for tipped workers, yes. I haven't heard of anything that's
like
not a tipped
hourly,
worker.
dude, like hourly, regular like restaurant jobs and like people in some states like Tennessee and South Carolina and those like weird, Montana and whatever.
Yeah.
They're still working for like $8-9 an hour.
I've heard as low as like $2.50.
Okay, well that's
But
even lower.
with tips though.
It says right here. All right, here you go. Entry level production roles, $16 and $18 per hour.
Like American dollars?
Yeah, Foxconn, you said, right?
Yeah.
And then mid level roles, production supervisors, manufacturing engineers have annual salaries between $80,000 to $124,000.
Okay.
And then senior specialized roles, $98,000 to $187,000 annually.
I gotta call Cap, bro. Why are these fools throwing themselves off of buildings? I thought they were getting paid like 15 cents an hour, like damn
It's
prisoners.
important to note that Foxconn operates globally and compensation varies by country. In India, for an instance, assembly line workers at Foxconn factory can earn 99 cents and $1.22 per hour, which is
See?
more than double the
Hella
local
good.
minimum wage for electronic workers. Hey, but it says that's double of their local So that's why. Okay, these guys are saying including with the average with the whole world type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, 99 cents and $1.22.
So I almost feel like India probably pays more than China, bro. Like, I just don't see somebody throwing themselves off a building if they're making $20 an hour. That's a decent living.
I don't even know if it
makes.
makes.
I mean, it could be.
I don't think it would make a difference, bro. Because even if they make $20 an hour, if they live in a shack and they don't get no time off and they have nothing to live for.
I mean, there's people that work for like huge corporations that kill themselves all the time.
That's true, but I'm telling you, was like an epidemic. It was so bad that they were installing nets.
Was that during COVID?
It's been throughout the years. I don't know when it was like hot.
So here's a thing. We talked about what we thought it might cost if we were to have an iPhone in America, right?
Okay.
So you said something about some crazy number, like somebody said on TikTok it was going to cost $80,000 if you made an iPhone in America.
Yeah, okay.
Clearly that wasn't it, right?
That was wrong.
So I asked ChatGPT because ChatGPT clearly knows more than us, I would think.
Nah.
So the estimated price impact, it says current iPhone retails for, which is the iPhone 15 Pro, for $1,000, $9,999. Estimated US made version of it would be $1,300 to $2,000.
That's not that bad.
Cost factors, it says labor. It says Chinese factory workers make between $3 to $5 per hour. U.S. factory workers make $20 to $40 an hour. Labor costs alone could raise the manufacturing cost by $30 to $100 per phone.
30 to 100% or dollars?
Dollars.
Okay.
Hey, okay. See, that's not that bad. Plus, you can get robots to do all your shit. Click up with Elon. Get some robots in. Mm-hmm. You talk to Donnie, like, hey, Donnie, we're bringing all of our manufacturing to the U.S. Well, can we get a tax cut on
government
everything?
Incentives.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
No taxes on U.S. made. Yeah. Bam. That automatically makes it cheaper.
Just freaking lower the freaking corporate taxes, bro, and it's over.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, there's a factory. I don't know if it's China or Taiwan. I think it's a Huawei factory that's completely dark. And it's ran by robots. And these fuckers make like 100 phones a minute or 1,000 phones a minute.
Damn. I was about to say, why is it dark? But like robots don't need the freaking light.
They're saving on the energy bill.
Watch, they're actually building themselves like a robot suit, like Iron Man shit in the back.
Some Skynet.
No, well, apparently
the robots start dying.
There was actually a thing here. I didn't bring it up, but I can bring it up since we're on that topic. Give me a second. But there's an article I was looking at, and Elon Musk got interviewed, and they were saying that I'm gonna have to play it for you guys, but they were basically saying that it would be rare to see people in the future driving, or he talked about robots and whatever. But here's the thing: they're asking him about the first 100 days in office.
What do you think? And what?
What do you think?
Oh, you want to put it on the screen?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
What are you going to focus on in the coming years that you think could really revolutionize humanity?
You got to zoom in.
Well, Tesla in a few months will release unsupervised full self-driving. So the cars that people are driving right now, the cars that you can buy from the factory, will be driving around by themselves with no people in them.
Wow.
We would call unsupervised full self-driving. So there's literally no one in the car on public roads. We'll start that in Austin in a few months, in June. And then we'll rapidly expand that to the rest of the country. In fact, anyone who has Tesla now, if they try self-driving, it should work very well. It should be rare that you need any intervention. So, in fact, in the future, I think it'll be unusual to see a manually driven car. Wow. It'll be like seeing a horse.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's still horses. In fact, technically, there are more horses now than there were at any time in the past.
But we don't use them for the same means.
But if somebody came to work on a horse and they didn't live on a farm, you'd be like, that's an odd thing to do.
So in the future, it will be strange to see someone actually driving themselves in a car.
Yes. Tesla's also creating a humanoid robot, Optimus, which I think everyone is going to want. Because it'll be like, who wouldn't want their own personal R2D2 C3PO robot buddy? That will help you do anything you want to do. I think that's going to be a massive product. SpaceX is doing rocket launching and Starlink internet, and hopefully we'll build the technology to make life multiplanetary, to build a self-sustaining city on Mars.
My robot's gonna kick your robot's ass.
What do you think? And what are
Damn.
What do you guys think about the robots?
Oh, man, it's one of those where it's dangerous, scary. We might end civilization, but it's also so intriguing that it's like, is it worth it?
Bro, what are the robots gonna do without us? There's no purpose on life.
What do you mean?
We should make
you
it
ever
to
seen
where
that
we have
robot?
to charge them ourselves, and they can't charge themselves.
Yeah, but then that's gonna be inconvenient. You gotta plug it in.
I'd rather be inconvenient than these fools take over.
But what are they gonna do by themselves? Would they like? It's
Bro,
like
what do you
it's like a
mean?
person who doesn't believe in God. They have no purpose on this planet.
Exactly. You know what happens when you don't believe in God?
You become a robot.
You kill 6 million Jews.
Yeah. Shout out, yeah.
bro,
Atheists.
But apparently, like aside from the Jew thing, I heard that wasn't even the worst thing on the planet. Apparently, there was a guy, the Asian guy. What was his name?
Was it Genghis Khan? Or
Genghis
was it...
Khan.
Yeah, supposedly that fool killed like 15 or 20 million Chinese, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, there was a lot of.
I heard
weirdos.
that was
Joseph
like-
Stalin killed a ton of people.
I heard that he didn't even kill. Even Joseph Stalin didn't take the number one place.
Well, I'm
There
sure
was
it
another
didn't.
Asian dude. It wasn't Genghis Khan. There was one who was a little bit more modern. I know who you're talking about.
I don't know the name, but there's
forgot his
Asian
name.
guy who apparently killed like 20, 30 million, crazy numbers. I don't know how much. Mm-hmm. And we don't even talk about it. We don't even know about it. I just saw a video on YouTube recently about that.
Yeah, but that fool killed mainly his own people.
But that's even more crazy.
And you know what's
Yeah.
funny though? If you look at their teachings and their writings and their journals, and they all had the same thing in common. They were all atheists. They all thought that they evolved. We got to get rid of the weak ones because it's survival of the fittest to create the strongest race type of.
Yeah.
Same ideas.
Here's the thing too, though. Like think about this. If you're an 80, whatever.
If you're an idiot,
If you're an idiot. No, but like think about it this way. If you're an atheist and you really do believe that you're gonna get reincarnated, like some of the atheists believe, then you would probably have no problem of like offing yourself off or like doing some crazy stuff and say, hey, let's just all kind of delete ourselves real quick and we'll just come up in a different life. You're like, it might even be a challenge. Like, let me see what else I come back as.
well, atheists don't believe in that.
Well, there's people that believe in that reincarnation. If you do believe in that, then you shouldn't have
Reincarnation
no
is like a different thing. That's
What is
Like Buddhist or
atheism? Is you believe that there's nothing, right?
You just don't
that
believe
there
in
is-
nothing.
There is no God. And then there's what is that other one?
So
Agnostic, where you just don't know if there's a God, but you're
just-
not saying that there isn't.
You're
Yeah.
indifferent. You don't know. You don't care. Type shit.
well, I guess that agnostics, the way you would say is they're like, hey, look, I don't believe in God, but if you were to show me some proof, then maybe I'll believe you. Atheist is like, I don't believe it. Period. That's
Yeah.
kind of what the difference is from what I know.
Those are the.
Well, not really, because that's just the intent behind it. Because there's atheists that are like, no, I just whether you show me proof or not, I'm not gonna believe it. But
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
just
but
anti. Atheists are basically fucking libs.
pretty much, yeah.
he couldn't be nothing else.
No, well, a lot of them they don't want like what a religion or what the Bible or whatever is saying. They don't want that to have a change in their life. So that's why they're like, even if they kind of have a suspicion, they don't want to look into it too much because then they can't do certain things, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not necessarily even devil worshippers because that's
No,
what
they're
is
not.
that Satanists or
The
something.
Satanists, yeah.
Yeah,
Satanists
that's-
are dumb.
Yeah,
Those ones are
weird, but hey,
So, and it's funny because the Satanists, what they teach is not even like we believe in Satan, you know, as like pitchforks. It's not even that. It's Satanists. They believe that they are God, that they are their own God, and if you can just unlock the God within you, sort of thing, that you get to a certain level of understanding. That's what a lot of them do shrooms and you know.
so that's a lot of like hippie motherfuckers.
shit.
That's like conspiracy
Yes,
shit.
the whole like devil and the crosses upside down and that kind of shit. That's
Yeah.
all just an act for them.
My cross is right side up.
Hey,
Good job.
Shout out,
Let's,
Jesus Christ.
let's move on to the next topic. This one is kind of conspiracy with it, but it's like, how didn't it come out so far and yet If you guys read the headline, it says U.S. spent $21 trillion to build secret underground doomsday bunkers for elites, claims
I heard
former
that.
official. So a Bush administrator allegedly said that the U.S. government built extensive underground networks of bunkers, spending $21 trillion.
Damn.
And they were for the elites. All right. And apparently it was with unauthorized spending. So we got to get Doge on that to find out if that was true. But I feel like we would have probably heard about this if it was true.
Bro, they
And,
burn records. You see what happened when Doge cracks down. They're burning papers.
That's true.
And apparently that they have what? It says right here, they were funneled into construction of around 170 underground bases across the U.S. And she added that some of these bunkers are located underneath the ocean.
What?
Hey, I believe it to an extent. I don't know. I mean, none of it is like proof, but I believe it because they've done even like massive bunkers, like whole cities. Where was it? Like Antarctica or like one of those places, like Greenland or somewhere.
They're saying the North or South Pole, you can't even fly over it, and there's a hole on Google Earth and something. But
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a bunker.
But they actually have bunkers where you can buy them for like I don't know how many millions of dollars in case of like the end of the world type of.
Yeah.
So I've seen them built. They've even been advertised. Like there's companies that make them and they advertise them. You could save yourself a spot. And, you know.
I've seen them. Supposedly, Mark Zuckerberg in his Hawaii sanctuary.
Yeah.
He's got a massive underground bunker and shit like that. And there's a lot of billionaires that are building these. Why are they building
But
them?
in Hawaii,
Yeah, it's an island.
you're trapped.
But it's unreachable.
Maybe nobody could
by
pull up
most
unless it's a
people.
boat or something or a plane. I don't
It's
know.
unreachable by most people. The island that they were on was actually the island that Homeboy was on. Remember, he was saying that's the same island.
Yeah. The
where-
unmolested island.
Yeah, it ain't been touched.
But hey, the thing is, think about this: if you had a bunch of billions of dollars in hellish like that, wouldn't you just be like, "Hey, let me build a little bunker"?
Hell yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Hell yeah.
I would, even if I didn't have.
I would do it
billions.
for fun,
Bro,
even if I
even-
didn't think nothing was gonna happen.
Millionaires build safe rooms.
We'd be having a podcast in
their
the bunker
fat-ass
right now.
cribs. Yeah. Millionaires build safe rooms in their fat ass cribs.
In fact,
Yeah.
we should make a bunker, cuz.
I'm
Where?
with it.
Where are we gonna make a
make
bunker?
what bunker with like a couple thousand square feet or something?
You could build your own. There's a YouTuber who built his own jerry rig everything. Have you guys seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him.
He
Is it
built
dope?
one. It's not like lavish, but it exists. And if something hits the fan, he could hunker down in there.
Yeah.
He can roll his wife in there.
Hey, but think of this. You were saying, why would you have a bunker on an island? But when shit hits the fan, most people aren't going to have a plane. Most people aren't going to have a boat. Most people are going to be running on foot or like cars. Nobody's going to get to the island.
Yeah,
If that.
but like if some crazy happens where it's like the world is EMP'd, no electricity, no nothing. Like let's just right.
Yeah.
Would you want to be stuck on an island,
Yeah, but that
or
thing,
would you? Because I like if everybody's out there dead or most of them, I kind of want to like go scavenge a little bit
Yeah.
for some goods.
I feel you.
yeah, but think of
If
this.
you're on an
though.
island, what are you gonna do? You're gonna row your way back.
Okay, but
to
look
the
at this.
States,
I'm
you
gonna
know what I
pull
mean?
up. I'm pulling up the map of Hawaii right here. Where's Hawaii? Where's it at? Hold on, did I miss it?
It's tiny.
Okay,
bro.
it's like down
It's
here.
right there, right there, right there.
Okay, right there. It's pretty much as far as possible from China and the U.S. So if somebody throws a nuke, they're probably safe. They're in the middle of everything.
Okay.
And you could go any which way.
Yeah, look at that. You're like in the middle of all of it. If they nuke Australia, if they nuke, you feel me? Anything.
We got special guests.
Hey, bro, just sit right there. You're not on camera. Just go.
Yeah, sit right there. Cause
Go sit right there. You're good.
you about to do my laundry?
We
kid?
got a special guest. You can see his shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, you're just
You,
shoulder
you
man.
can just chill.
They're gonna call you shoulder man.
What's up with my guy?
Say hi.
You could wave.
So
to the
anyway, yeah, no, that's not a bad spot, bro. Hawaii is cool. We should get a house over there.
camera. But
and
how
build
are
a
you
bunker.
how you gonna scavenge for food?
What do you mean? There's fish.
The ocean right there.
That's probably the best food you can eat. Anyway.
You gonna eat nothing but fish?
Coconuts,
I
pineapples.
want to go
Yeah,
down
They
to
got
the
the gold
nearest.
plantation plant.
You don't remember how many chickens were running around the street in Hawaii?
I'm trying to go and freaking catch some deer. They have
Screw
deers
the
there.
deer.
You could import your own, breed
Bro,
them yourself.
When's
Like,
the last time
honestly.
you ate deer?
If I have to, I will. I did eat deer. What do you mean?
I never in my life ate
I
deer.
shot the deer and I ate it.
Okay, but I never in my life ate deer. Like if
I'm a man.
if shit was
Good
hit the
man.
fan, that's the last thing I'm gonna go try to look for.
I had
How?
deer
They're
beef
everywhere.
jerky from fucking Bass Pro Shops or something. Venison.
I
You
guess
could
if
import,
you're
bro.
rich enough, you could start your own. Like all you need is 2 deer, 2 cows, 2 chickens.
So what?
You know,
Okay,
just-
so y'all think that you guys think the alleged rumor is true
What rumor?
with all the freaking bunkers? 21 trillion though. That's I don't even think that's possible.
Hey, how long? I mean, we just had Doge just now. I mean, they've been building bunkers since when? The freaking
The Cold War.
the Cold
probably.
War, right?
Yeah.
So imagine they've been taking tax money to build this. Nobody knew because nobody had Doge up until now.
Bro, look at
I
this.
believe it.
The
Bro.
debt clock.
But the debt clock, we're only
debt
36 trillion in debt. So how the hell did we spend 21 on bunkers? That doesn't make sense.
Well, over the years.
Oh, but these fools added a Doge clock?
What?
Savings per taxpayer?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know they put it. They put the Doge dog, bro. I never knew that they put this on the debt calculator. What?
Bro, this is like the funniest time to be an American.
It's been there?
Yeah, since Trump took office.
Oh, damn. It's called the Doge clock now? I just saw it over there. Look at that. Doge clock.
Damn.
That's crazy.
They rebranded it.
I didn't know that was there, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
There's
you can
an
get
app.
the app to stay up to date. When I see news, I'm like, what's this?
Pull up the Doge app.
Yeah.
Like, I see y'all ass. We don't have a California one?
That's crazy to think that this is actually live, though.
Yeah, look at that.
Is it?
Where are they getting their data?
Is it though? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Or is it like the stock market, just like boop, 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 boop?
Look at the defense war, bro.
Where's the defense war?
Right here. It says defense war.
Oh yeah.
Social Security. What is that? Freaking, I don't even know how to read that
Interest
number.
1.5 trillion,
is that what that is?
950 milli.
So everything's a trillion on here.
Interesting.
What else? What else? U.S. population,
Full-time
341.
workers. How do they know this?
They don't got the illegal freaking calculation over here?
No, not yet.
Nah, they don't want to put it there.
Average new
Oh,
car
look
now.
at
That's
that.
gonna be
Oil
real.
to solar ratio, cuz.
Where's
What?
the average new car? Average new car is 48,000.
I believe it.
Oh, damn, that is pretty high.
I didn't know you can get all this information here. Manufacturing jobs, we only have 12,000.
It's $5 to get the app.
Damn, they're trying to make their money back.
Damn, $5.
Yeah, but anyway,
Dara?
do you guys heard about this right here? Donnie's talking about opening up Alcatraz since all the beef with the crazies. And he's like, I'm going to send all the crazies to the Salvadoran prison and all that. And he's like, you know what? Let's just reopen this thing.
Bro, this is the best idea I've heard in such a long time.
Watch the video. Watch.
President
Oh, yeah, I'm going to play it from the beginning.
Play it.
President Trump says he's going to order the government to reopen Alcatraz Island as a prison. That word today in a post on his Truth Social site. Alcatraz operated as a federal prison from 1934 to 1963. It closed because of high operating costs and deteriorating conditions. Now a museum, it is one of the most popular tourist attractions in San Francisco. State Senator Scott Wiener has already responded,
Wiener?
calling the proposal absurd, especially because Alcatraz generates tourist
He's a wiener,
revenue
cuz.
and supports jobs. Alcatraz is also undergoing a major renovation to make sure it is safe for tourists. Now, this all comes as Trump faces legal challenges for trying to send accused gang members to a prison in El Salvador without due process.
Due process. Shut up. But anyway, we should go to the little visit before they put prison.
We need to
should,
do
bro.
it, bro.
We
like,
should.
Before they start throwing
Yeah, I've
inmates
never
in
been there. Y'all been there?
No, we drove around.
I just
it
drove by.
Yeah.
years ago. Remember?
Oh, I was with you
We
guys,
went
yeah.
with
Yeah.
everybody.
Is your sound on, cuz?
Yeah.
Okay.
But supposedly they're gonna have tours just like the El Salvador prison.
Oh, really?
We need to make it happen like fast. Like,
We should.
Yeah, we should go in like
what we doing next weekend?
like a month at least.
We got a wedding next weekend. But
All right. Hey,
So y'all
but
think that's a good idea?
I think this is a great idea.
Wasn't there only one person ever that escaped there?
There was a couple, but
there's a
Is that the
bunch,
rumor?
but no one that we confirmed made it. All these fools
Supposedly-
drowned or died.
well,
The rumor was one
There
guy
was-
made it, and that's why they shut it down because that was like
Nah, that's,
Is that why?
that's not why. She
No?
just said it was high operating costs and whatever.
Oh, because they have to.
Deterioration.
Oh, because they have to drive everybody across the border every day or across the water.
Maybe,
everything.
which is not that bad. It's not that far away.
It can't be.
No,
But all their supplies, every single thing, had to get boated in.
it's not that bad.
I mean, true. Because
Hey,
I mean,
this
it's across
is a,
the.
this is a great idea though. Like this was one of the most secure prisons that we had at the time, right?
Yeah.
So it's there. The structure's there. Everything is there. You may as well put some funding into
hey,
it,
but
right?
Retrofit it.
if nobody could freaking escape by swimming, right? Why don't we just get everybody, put them on there, and just leave them, fool? Just drop off little
they
food
can
packages
swim,
and shit.
bro. They
Yeah.
can swim off.
But supposedly
Bro,
nobody
you
made
will
it. You
not
said
make
no.
that.
No,
No,
well
it's-
there is one person that made it. There's
me ask
like a whole
ChatGPT,
story
man.
behind
I
it or whatever.
remember, but he like built a raft and shit like that. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
you
you can float on.
You just pull up with the little helicopter and shoot the raft down. Like,
It's doable. It's not like you could just throw them on there with nothing and hope that they won't float back. But it's secure. I mean, like who's gonna, bro? Most of those inmates are probably gonna be like, it's good, bro. I'm gonna just chill.
Isn't there a movie
Instead
about
of
that?
dying,
bro.
yeah, there is. Instead of dying trying to swim back,
Yeah.
to freezing to death, or getting eaten by sharks,
Yeah.
or like getting sucked up under the water or some crazy shit like that, I'll just chill.
I mean,
I'm gonna just stay here
you
until
got better odds of getting out than escaping.
yeah, like Folsom Prison or whatever. Like I'll hop over and take a trail and just leave.
Yeah.
so look,
This, what are you gonna do?
it says three
You're
men famously escaped from Alcatraz in 1962. Says right here, while their ultimate fate remains uncertain, it's widely considered the only possibility of successful escape in the prison's history. There's a bunch of details and says after the man vanished, whatever, and then there's been other escapes. 36 inmates tried to escape in 14 separate attempts, but it wasn't good. And then 23 of them were caught, 6 were shot and killed, and 2 drowned, and 5, including in the 1962 escape, were never found. So
They could have
a bunch of them could
to
have
the
died.
bottom of the ocean.
So they never caught them. They escaped, but they never found a body. And you're not gonna find a body. Like what the hell?
No, bro. The sharks done ate them up. They sunk to the bottom. Like there's so
If you
many.
drowned, you went down to the bottom, you're getting eaten right away.
Yeah, you
Like,
saw
there's so many
people
fish out there.
that jump off the bridge. Them fools is done.
Yeah. I mean, people disappear in the damn Sac River. You know.
Actually, 2 people got sucked up some kayaks right underneath the Auburn Bridge.
yeah.
One of them made it to the shore, and then the other one just disappeared.
Yeah, they can't find them. They get
No.
stuck under like rocks or trees or.
Bro, they looked everywhere. I don't know if they found them now.
They
I
be
saw a little
sending
plastic thing.
divers and they still can't
Yeah.
find people.
That's crazy.
Damn, imagine getting sucked up like that. Just zoop.
That's the worst kind of getting sucked up.
You wild. You wild. Especially in prison.
Anyway, that's a good idea. I'm all up for it.
Hey, but y'all gotta see this video right here. Let me know what you guys think
I
about
gotta go
this.
visit first.
Let me slap this video on real fast.
All right, slap it.
So you guys see what the new Secretary of State of Defense just said.
Who the hell is that
Watch this.
weirdo? Oh,
Watch this. This the guy that's in charge of all the army and shit.
yeah. This was a dream.
continue to relentlessly pursue the president's agenda, especially on readiness. He put out an executive order a week into his presidency, stating the prioritizing military excellence and readiness, that expressing a false gender identity divergent from an individual's sex cannot satisfy the rigorous standards necessary for military service. We agree, and so we implemented that policy. It was challenged in court, and of course, we appealed. And 2 days ago at the Supreme Court, our policy was upheld. And so we're going to continue to advance that policy here at the Defense Department. So, in accordance with policy now reinstated, service members who have a current diagnosis or history of or exhibit symptoms consistent with gender dysphoria may elect to separate voluntarily. There's a timeline here, and then eventually involuntarily if necessary. This is the president's agenda. This is what the American people voted for, and we're going to continue to relent. Here at the
So basically, by June 6th, they're getting rid of all the trainees have time to get out of the army. All the trainees that they let in, with Biden. If you don't, by June 6th, then they're going to have to put their foot down.
Yeah.
Apparently, Trump already said that. Remember, he put I think he made an executive order, or what did he do? He's like, hey, you guys got to get
All
out.
federal, anything, no DEI, nothing.
Yeah.
That includes trans and all that.
Yeah, but to the Army, they made it specific to the Army. One of them, they're like, hey, you guys got to go. And apparently they challenged it. Sounds like the Supreme Court said, hey, yep, you guys are good. Because that is a mental issue.
Yeah.
Which we can't have in the Army. You can't have people with guns with mental issues, right?
No. In charge of protecting the country, bro.
Yeah.
You can't even protect your own genitals.
Some soy boy. Some soy boy like, hey, stop, leave the units alone.
So one thing though, here one thing that I saw funny, Michelle Obama, right?
You mean Mike?
Yeah.
So Mike Obama, right? Let's say that he had an interview, or he
confessed.
Allegedly,
You can say it.
But nah. So here's the thing: if you guys got to watch this interview. He said something, or she said something. I keep saying he.
We heard what he said.
I forget the pronoun. But I think it was taken out of context. It was like all the Republicans and all the conservatives was like, "Oh my God, he had meter to meet a man." But yeah, I seen the clip.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
All right, I'll play the
came
clip.
out. He said, "As a trans man."
Hey, look,
What?
I'll play the clip and then let me know, because this was not. She didn't admit to being a trans. Okay, guys.
I mean, if you stop the video there, he did.
But no, actually no, because bro, that's just false.
Yeah,
Like,
huh?
oh, I just closed the. Where's it at?
All right.
Where's the Obama clip? Oh, there it
Okay.
is.
It was.
Even if he didn't come out, how do you explain the bulge?
Hey, forget
seen
about
the
the
bulge?
bulge.
I have seen the bulge.
What do you mean forget about the bulge? That's the
No,
most important
that's
part.
for a different
Regrettably.
day, the different topic, different podcast.
All right, whatever.
All right, let's see.
That's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man.
Oh my God.
Got him.
That's all I
That's
needed
not-
to see.
Watch this.
Okay, where's the full clip?
Dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man.
What are we watching? We just seen this.
So this isn't
I
the
thought it
full
was
clip.
the-
I thought I was gonna find the full clip. It's out of context. It's basically saying that, hey, I'm happy that you're protecting your trans child, particularly it meant you as a black man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's what
Yeah, sure.
that's what he, she, whoever it is
He
meant.
slipped up, thought he was in a safe space.
Look at the comments. We all saw her member flopping around in her pants. Women don't have junk that flops around.
This real?
Bro,
Somebody
this has
said-
been confirmed.
What does it here? What does it stop after she says that? Cause y'all.
Hey, you know what? Somebody made a good point. I saw somebody talking
It's
about
fake
it.
though.
If he's not a man, how many kids they have? They got like
3, at
like 3
least.
kids.
Yeah.
There are no pictures of this thing being pregnant ever. None. Nowhere on the internet.
Well,
Damn.
well, they weren't back then.
What do you mean back then? It wasn't that long ago.
He was like a
There's
weird little
pictures of it.
senator or something not before, but
Let's see.
Yeah, but like no picture, no family pictures, nothing.
Look, fool. No, what's that? I was like, look, fool.
Where? Let me see. See, that's just some regular black.
Look right there, cuz.
That's friggin' AI.
Yeah, because
does
that's
look- yeah.
old. Yeah. They're like, nobody did it. All right, let's get some AI involved in here.
I'm telling you, he doesn't have the equipment.
Nah, bro. I don't know. I mean, whatever. it is what it is. But Obama apparently is about to split up with this thing.
Let me guess.
Oh, look
He's
right
gonna
there.
go and
Another
get
AI
himself
picture.
a white woman.
Look, another
bro,
AI.
that motherfucking thing looks like the Grinch.
Oh Lord.
They both look ridiculous.
See, hey, somebody had to go out of their way to make a fake AI picture. That
yeah,
just-
look, all of them
that
are
just
just
proves
AI.
my
Look
point.
at that.
Oh my God, that's the
just proves
nightmares.
Why are they doing this to Obama, cuz?
Look, hey, look at the one with the tree. Go back up. Click on the one with the tree.
Bruh. What the
That's messed up.
That's all nasty.
So, yeah, that's it, man. That's
Anyways, we all know this isn't like any news. You know?
This is the We Know podcast. And
So-
we know.
We all know about this.
But the thing is that I think it was taken out of context. And the Republicans did what the freaking Democrats did. They ran with it just to talk
Well,
shit.
it wasn't like the Republicans. It's not like it was on the news or nothing crazy. It was just like
No, but all the little influencers that are like
'Cause
on
it
the other
was
side. Like,
funny.
oh, look. But everybody knew.
hey, bro. If I hear that from anybody, I'm making a video and gassing them. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what do you guys think about the freaking, how y'all seen Trump punk Amazon?
Nah.
Y'all didn't see it? So
yeah, I
Trump
heard.
had some beef with Amazon like 2 weeks, maybe a week or two ago. Apparently, Amazon was going to post a little number on the side of the purchases that you make on Amazon that would show an additional cost of what supposedly the tariff added to your price, whatever. And apparently Trump gets on the phone with him. He's like, yep, I had a cool talk with Jeff Bezos. He's a nice guy. He knows he's not, whatever. Like, basically, all of a sudden, they're not doing that no more. But what did you guys think of that? Because no matter what, even if they were to put that, say, hey, look, tariffs added cost to this, that. Like, what does that even say about everything else? What about all the inflation crazy stuff that we went through? Or why don't you show me your profits?
Yeah.
Why don't you show me how much profit you're making off of this?
Well, that wasn't real. Like it wasn't.
Suppose it's a real thing.
No,
bro.
they said that some like managers or higher ups at Amazon were talking about it, but it wasn't like a thing that they were gonna do. And then when these fools heard about it and talked to Jeff, they're like, no, bro, that's not gonna happen. So that's where the whole thing.
So how did
kinda
Trump get
squashed
involved
out.
if it wasn't?
Well, because whoever was at Amazon that did it, some higher ups or whatever, were talking about implementing that like publicly.
That's
Apparently,
like a finger
Jeff
pointing.
either Jeff knew about it and let it happen to see what was going to happen, or he didn't know about it and then because he squashed it right away.
Bro,
He's
if,
like,
it,
hey,
if
bro,
it went
no, that's not
public,
gonna happen.
like if the public knew, he knew.
He knew, but it was like after like the beef already started.
But here's the thing, like, okay, now some people are like, oh, Trump is scared because it's going to show the Americans how much his tariffs are affecting them. But that's not even it. Like,
Well, that's a political
the pandemic, the freaking inflation we had for the last 4 years, all of that. Why don't you put the inflation freaking craziness on there or whatever?
Right.
I'm just saying, like, it was strictly political. Because
Right.
if that was the case, then if shit got better, you're going to put how much more you're saving?
Yeah.
Are you putting how much more money people are making because of something? That's not really the
Yeah,
way to go
no,
about
this
it.
was just some libtards that thought about doing this, and then
Here's what
Bezos
this
was
fool,
like, all right.
that fool, I think you guys hate him, but
Yeah,
he
we-
had something
we
good to
probably
say
do.
about this.
We probably hate him.
Retard Schultz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like this is the
you hate
annoying
him.
thing about that Amazon
do.
tariff
Can't
thing,
stand
right?
him.
Is that they're going, hey, things are more expensive because of these tariffs, so we're going to show this tariff price so you don't think it's us. Okay. Well, you never posted like the cost of making the good for you and then what you charge.
No, that's that. Now you're talking. Now.
Because-
they're not going to tell you that it costs $3 to make in China.
Exactly. So it's like, that's why on some level I get the Trump administration be like, nah, don't do this fuck shit. You were making this, you were charging 300% more for this item, and now that they're the tariffs, you want to blame it on us? You guys were gouging like a motherfucker before. Stop using this as an
And
excuse.
it's not that Amazon was gouging. It's just that these corporations here in America are gouging. You go to
Yes.
these other countries, you get shit made for $2, $3, and come over here and sell it to us for $100.
They did that with the bags. Remember when China came out, the beginning of the tariffs, where all these luxury goods, right? Where they told us that they were hand sewn in inside, mom and pop factories in France, and then China was like, yeah, no, they're sewn by machines over here in China, and then we're sending them around. You're just charging $5,000 for a fucking bag. 'cause
The
you can't.
Balenciagas, the Chanels, the
Yeah.
Stumpties.
No.
What do you guys think of that?
I believe him.
Fuck
Well, I mean,
both of those guys.
I don't like him.
There's
but-
truth to it, no?
I mean,
Hey, those
I
two
will
guys,
agree with the argument.
they're
but
coming around though. Like, you should see their like opinion shifting crazy.
We just hate those
Yeah.
fuckers. You hate Charlamagne,
I
right?
do.
Despise him.
I despise him. Yeah,
I despise Andrew Schultz.
yeah. The enemy.
I
of
despise
my
all
enemy.
Andrews.
Especially if they're bald.
You know who I hate now? The newest comedian that I hate. Who? What's that bald retard that always yells at everybody?
Which one?
This was giving me too much editing to do.
I think it's on the tip.
Remember the guy? That what is
Which
that?
one is it? The bald what?
The bald comedian, the white dude that's like
Bill Burr?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that
Bill
him?
Burr,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't stand that.
The old
freaking-
guy?
He's not
No,
that
he's not
old.
old.
He's like a ginger, but he's bald, and
Yeah.
he talks shit about a lot of shit.
And
you
he's
would-
always yelling and hey, I told you women that.
I feel like I know who you're talking
You remember?
about.
That fool. Well, now he's a stupid libtard, and he's like,
Yeah, bro. He used to
You
be
saw that?
like Republican or kind of conservative.
Yeah.
And now he's turning into a lib.
Bro, you
I
know
can't
who
stand
switched
that
it hella
dipshit.
hard? That Beezy, what's her name? What's the black Beezy's name?
Which Black Beezy?
The one that was conservative?
Oh,
Don't say Candace.
It is
Candace
Candace.
Owens switched up hella hard. Now she's all Palestine,
Wow.
Palestine,
Really?
anti-Trump.
I saw some shit she was criticizing Trump about, and it was almost like,
Bro.
what? It didn't make sense what she was saying to me. I almost thought it was like out of context.
It all started off with she started siding with all the Palestine bullshit because apparently like she started hating on the Jews or the Jewish whatever. That's why they had beef with Ben Shapiro because he's a Jew and she was going against the Jews and they're like, you gotta go.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Shapiro
She
fired
bought
her.
and paid for.
We lost one.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, but everybody was saying she was
We're still up.
everybody was saying like this bitch was probably fake from the gate just to get some clout, you feel me? But
She has a white husband.
yeah,
You
get
could
the
tell.
hell out of here. You got a white husband? Nah. You got a
What's wrong
nah.
with you?
And he looked like a lib.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Now they're just gonna be matching. You feel me? When you see him now, I'm like, okay, liberals, no problem, no problem. Man, but that freaking pussy Jack Dorsey, you seen him?
Yeah.
You seen that fool get robbed on freaking?
I feel like it might have been a little inside job. He was on No Jumper apparently doing a little interview, and then he rocks up out of there. He has a 7-foot tall bodyguard and then gets fucking ran up on.
That's what people were saying. That might have been the setup for the. Well, some of these fools, bro, they be falling off. Their views go down, and they like try to get back up. So they almost be doing publicity stunts.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been.
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
But
I
what,
would do it.
But aside from that, it was kind of messed up because it was like, hey, what the hell? Like to his bodyguard, like, what the hell, bro? Like, why did you stop him? The bodyguard's like, he had a gun, bro. Like, it's like, where's your gun at? Like,
Yeah.
bro, you really care about your chains more than the freaking.
100%.
You feel me? Like, you rather have this fool get shot?
Do you remember what happened when he crashed his McLaren in the rain?
Yeah.
He had his little camera guy with him, and he's like, "The fuck you doing, dude? Record. Hop out and record." And he's all fucked up and bleeding. They had to blur it
People
out.
were saying this
He's
was a
like,
dirtbag.
"Record this right now, bro. Go live." He doesn't give a shit.
He didn't get by nobody, bro. That's why he's
No.
busy left his ass.
She left the shit out of him, and she changed the passwords on OnlyFans, the whole shit.
On OnlyFans?
She robbed his ass of way more than his little dumb chains.
That
He
fool's
built her
dumb.
ass up from the ground into like a big OnlyFans star. She's making millions of dollars a month, supposedly.
Doesn't need his ass then.
No, she changed
And
the
he's a
passwords.
cheap ass. This fool went and bought some watches and shit, and he was buying them on the budget and shit. I saw a video of him buying them. I was like, and he buy his mom a cheap ass watch. Like, bitch.
He's the epitome of garbage. This is what people look at America and they're like, America's fucked forever when they look at people like
Hey,
him.
those donkeys do give us a bad name, man.
They do. This is the male version of the Catch Me Outside girl. He was on Dr. Phil and everything.
Oh, he
Dead ass.
was?
Yes. When he was a kid, he was a bad kid talking shit to bald ass Dr. Phil. I swear, bro.
Hey, come on, somebody put me on Dr. Phil, cuz, so I can talk shit and make you.
I knew
gotta be a
someone
bad
that was
kid.
on Dr. Phil too,
Yeah.
talking shit.
If I was on Dr. Phil,
You could be on Dr. Phil. There was two guys that were. It was like a just like a joke that went on Dr. Phil, and supposedly they had beef with each other, but it was all staged just to get on Dr.
hilarious.
Phil. We should do it,
yeah, we
and
should.
then we could advertise it. Oh, it's on the podcast.
As
know
seen on Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
should
know
go on.
podcast.
You should go on there with your girl and come out and be like, "Yeah, I was a trans."
I won't.
You should
but
do it. You
I
do
will
it.
support anyone else who wants to.
Anybody named Andrew that wants to do it?
And then run up and fight Dr. Phil, fool. You'll make it.
Oh, bruh.
We'll bail you out. They're
Yeah,
like,
right.
Trini attacked Dr. Phil.
You
Damn.
get jumped by a fat Samoan for trying to touch Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
He's got bodyguards.
Backstage, he'd be with it. He looks like a Chester ass nigga.
Nah.
Allegedly.
Nah, he's a repub.
He is?
Yeah, he was supporting Donald Trump.
Well, then absolutely not. The allegations are false.
Yeah, he did an interview with Trump.
The
I think,
hoes were
I
laughing?
think he went to the Mar-a-Lago and did an interview with them before the election.
Yeah.
He's an excellent journalist and a stand-up guy.
You damn near have the commercial voice right there. Damn. So
He's a scholar.
And we gonna end with the fights though. Y'all seen the fights? Ryan Garcia with Raleigh and Canelo and Skull.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Which one was more boring? Was it the first one or the second one?
Which one do you want
to? Sure.
So Ryan and Raleigh, whatever. That one was kind of boring. Like nobody really did nothing. But Ryan did get knocked off his feet in the second round.
He got rocked, bro.
And I don't know. He was kind of weak. I was expecting more. I was a little bit sad because I do like him as a fighter.
See what happens when you don't take steroids?
He got Devin Haney'd.
That's what Devin Haney said. Watch, yeah, he's gonna suck. Watch when he's not on steroids. Watch.
I'm kind of glad that he lost, just so he could shut his ass up. I was tired of his stupid videos.
Supposedly that fool was crying in the van outside after.
Good.
I've seen him, and honestly, bro,
Queer.
it happens.
Really?
I'm glad that he lost so that he can go back to the drawing board and come back as his true self, because he was a really good fighter.
Oh, he was. He was a G, bro. That
He
shit
got
gave
lost
you like,
in the sauce,
bro. It was that was the last fight with Devin Haney. That was a juicy fight.
bro. He whooped his ass.
That's the kind of fights you want to go
Steroids.
watch, like knocking people out and shit.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Give him some damn steroids if you're gonna have an
They
entertainment
should
like
give
that.
everybody
For
steroids.
If you're in the sports, bro,
Yeah,
you should be
bro.
able
Why
to
does
do
it
that.
matter? Like, you should be able to do it. This is like for our entertainment.
Yeah, it's competitive sports. Who gives a shit?
I heard legitimately this is supposedly something they're working on. I forgot what it's called. The altered games or the fucking performance enhanced game, something. They're working on some Olympics where everyone's going to be able to use steroids.
That should be approved. Why not?
That's going to be the pinnacle of human performance.
Bro, nobody's gonna be watching, but nobody's gonna be watching the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, why do I want to see somebody throw some shit 100 yards when I can see 200 yards popped up on the roids?
He won 200 yards. Hey, but this fool Ryan made $20 million off that fight. Raleigh got $5 million because he's not as known.
Yeah.
Even though he lost, that's some bullshit.
Well, he was basically just for him. It was a big deal. For Raleigh, Raleigh probably never made money like that. That was because this was a superstar.
Yeah.
Was Raleigh the guy that was like,
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
every time you. I can't watch that fool, bro. I'm sorry. You got to put a mouth guard in there, like shut it somehow.
You're talking about the champ.
No, he'd be like, it's like, bro.
Well, you might have to watch him because supposedly he's trying to go for Haney next.
Well, so that
Something
fool was
like
trying
that.
to say
He's
that.
probably gonna get his ass beat.
That fool was trying to say that Haney should refight Ryan to get whatever to rematch.
To get on his level.
But the most boring fight of them all had to be Canelo with that freaking donkey skull. The
Yep.
whole time he was
Yep.
literally dancing around and not doing nothing. Barely threw any shots. Every time this fool came at him, he was jumping out of the way.
Yep.
Bro, they even made a video online of him dancing to like Mexican music.
Music, yeah.
They did an edit, bro.
Hey, no, he was right. Canelo was right because he was talking about this guy was in this fight just to survive.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fight. That was you wanting to last 12 rounds just so you could get paid, and everybody knew it.
Yeah.
You're a scammer. You shouldn't even. They should take all your money from that, bro.
Yeah.
No money. You didn't fight. You ran away, and then every time he went to go and throw one, you jumped like a freaking spider monkey out of
With
the way.
his hands up.
And then he get
trying
Bro.
to get hit in the dick so that he can call
exactly my point. Every time he went for a body shot, he would jump up so he could get hit in the sack. And then this little freaking queer, he was over there. Hey, judge, look, like
Yeah, why you
snitching
keep
the whole
jumping?
time. You little bitch, like calm your ass down. Maybe you should just fight.
Hey, but that freaking gypsy got $3 million for his fight.
Yeah,
take
his freaking money back.
Canelo made $80 million, bro.
Okay, Canelo deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He's
a
obviously
beast. He controlled the whole shit. He was walking him down the whole time.
Bro, that fool's walking game and like the precision and like the way he's locked in. I've never seen a fighter like that.
Yeah.
If you watch him, I mostly didn't even watch that because he was running the whole time. But I was just watching his, like you could see he didn't look around, nothing. He was just straight the whole time, just looking and looking like
Locked
in.
He
bro.
was bullish. That's how Mike Tyson was.
I was a nice.
Mike Tyson was running people down
laser
like that.
focused, like the whole
Laser.
time, controlled it.
Yep.
Did y'all hear the little the conspiracy though?
Which one?
Skull was saying that apparently in the Saudi Arabia where the fight took place, that they gave him shitty ass conditions and fucked him over from the gate, like from when he got there. A shitty ass room, shitty ass little area to get ready, all kinds of shit, shitty food. Like they sabotaged his ass.
Canelo?
No, School.
You think that's true?
I mean, there's been other allegations of Saudi Arabia in particular, allegedly. Don't come for me, Saudi Arabia, but allegedly that they try to kind of sway fights by, you know what I'm saying, giving them
shitty conditions before the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, but really,
But
like,
how shitty could it be?
I couldn't perform at my peak because my bed was a little stiff and my water wasn't cold.
He's trying to say you didn't get the rest and shit like that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like,
Well,
really?
even then,
if you're
bro,
a good fighter, it shows. Like,
you got enough energy.
Well, it looks
to
like
do
he had
the
enough
fucking
energy to
salsa dance.
run.
exactly. Like,
bro, that fool looked extra energized.
Yeah.
He kept running.
Bro,
Like,
that fool looked like he had stamina like crazy.
Yeah.
He was there to survive. He couldn't wait for the clock to be over.
He was there for $3 million.
That's all. Hey, I would have done the same thing, bro. I'm not.
I
gonna
just
lie.
don't have to
but
get
as a
knocked out.
fighter,
I don't give a shit what you're saying.
Yeah, but as a fighter, bro, if I see you, if I'm a fan of you and I see you running away like a little bitch, that's it. I don't want to see your ass no more. I don't like nothing, bro.
I think he just did not want to let that fool knock him out. He's like, I'd rather be the guy who ran away than the one that got knocked out.
Bro,
maybe, I don't know.
I would rather give the people the best fight of their life and they'd be like, you know what, bro, that fool lost.
Yeah.
But that was
He
a
went out
beast
like a
of
sav.
a fight. Hell yeah, I want to see another fight with him.
Exactly.
Instead, he ran around like a little freaking girl.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And now everybody knows him as, oh, bro, you just ran away from Canelo for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey, you're right. Even if he went in crazy and got knocked the hell out, I'm like, bro, I gotta see this fool again. He ain't tripping about shit.
Hell
Bro,
yeah.
You could have maybe got the rematch, and then you could have negotiated $10 million instead of $3 million.
Exactly.
You know
fucking
what, though?
loser.
I'm starting to kind of like boxing more than UFC a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Because the UFC is kind of boring without freaking McGregor, bro.
Man.
McGregor was the freaking. That's the reason why I started watching it, because of him.
Bro,
Yeah.
people watch it for the drama and the bullshit. But even with all that, it's all fabricated. So to me, when I see all that fabrication, like, I'm going to kill you this upcoming weekend coming.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, bro, come on. Like,
Hey, but that fool was for real, though. McGregor pulled up from. Where's he from? Whatever
Ireland.
country. Ireland. Supposedly one of the homies called him up. Hey, I'm in New York and this fool Khabib's crew's here. They got beef with us. This fool hopped in a private jet with hella goons, pulled up and started shit.
oh, I'm sure
So
he had
that
beef,
fool
but I'm
had
just saying,
beef
like,
for real.
Yeah.
he did have a lot of showman type of, like, you know, I mean, he just
He
showed
brought
up.
some WWE to
He brought a lot of
the
WWE,
UFC.
like a lot of the little interviews. Everybody was like, "Cool,
But
no problems, whatever." And then all of a sudden, like, he would like snap out of it, like, "Oh, hold on, bro, this is kind of boring. I'm going to screw your mom and you
But
know?
he's not the first person to do that. Back in the
No.
day with wrestling, Tyson would be like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat your
I'm gonna eat
children.
your ass.
I'm going to eat your fucking ear.
The wrestling definitely that was like that's
People
where it
like
started,
the
but
spectacle, man. People like...
they do, and it's kind of sad to know that that's the reason why you want to see the fight. You know, because
Yeah.
like these fools acting like jackasses, and they're trying to get me with their show.
Yeah.
You know,
At
But
the
then
end of the day, though, they really are throwing hands.
they are throwing hands.
At least in UFC for
Hey,
sure.
just for the freaking good times, let's listen to some of the shit talking from him.
All right, let's end this.
Pussy.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties.
I'm going to talk about money because we are the business network and the business of the UFC and all that
I'll take
sort of
over
stuff.
from here, Nate. You can bounce. take a coffee break, Nate. And by coffee break, I mean bring me my coffee. My foot was a balloon. My foot was a balloon. You want to see it? Do you know what I mean? My toes came out of the socket.
Who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anybody on stage?
Right here. Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. They're not, who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
Do you want more customers from your ads cheaper? Do you want to make 15, 20% more profit from your ad?
We're too broke to have no ads.
Oh my God, bro.
Subscribe, give us money, please.
Damn YouTube ads, bro. Shit. See, all right, it's good. When we get monetized, we're gonna have videos with ads
I do want
too.
more profit from my ads, though.
There you go. Shit, well then, all right then, man. Shout out for everybody who took a peek.
That's
See
right.
you next week. Hey, that rhymed.
Hey, you want to roll? We're going to have to start charging a toll. Like and subscribe. You bitch.
If you whine, you get no giant.
That's right.
Hey, look who's here. Look who's here, guys.
Shout out my boy.